The show kicks off with the WWE Tag Team Championship on the line as Cole and Sami Zayn face Pretty Deadly. Sami Zayn and Kit Wilson start things off. Sami has control early on, but it's still pretty even. Elton Prince changes the tide with a cheap shot from behind. The match spills out to ringside as Pretty Deadly takes control. Pretty Deadly has Sami Zayn isolated at ringside. Kit Wilson is still all over Sami Zayn. Zayn finds an opening after hitting a jawbreaker and both men tag out. Cole is all over Elton Prince as he stomps a mudhole in him. He now clotheslines Wilson out of the ring. Cole heads to ringside and inflicts further punishment on Wilson and Prince. Back in the ring, Cole nails Prince with a superkick but can't pick up the win. Pretty Deadly turn the tides and hit Cole with their finisher. Sami Zayn manages to break it up just in time. Kevin Owens nails Elton Prince with a German suplex and both men go down. They both end up tagging out. Zayn nails Kit Wilson with a Blue Thunder Bomb. Elton Prince rolls into the ring and sneakily takes Wilson's place. Wilson tries to roll Zayn up but can't. Sami now nails Kit Wilson with the Helluva Kick and pins him. Sami and Cole retain. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated Pretty Deadly. Moving to the next segment. Austin Theory vs. Ridge Holland. We have a championship contenders match up next. If Ridge Holland can beat Austin Theory, he'll get a future title shot. Ridge Holland has the physical advantage here and he's capitalizing to the best of his ability. He's used his size and power advantage to take control of the match early. Holland nails Theory with a series of suplexes as the WWE fans in London get behind him. Holland goes for a power slam but Theory slides over to the apron. Theory now sends Ridge throat first into the ropes. He followed up with his patented dropkick and pins Holland. Austin Theory defeated Ridge Holland. Moving to the next segment. Bayley vs. SHOTZI. Bayley nails SHOTZI with a Bayley to belly early on. She gets rolled up on the cover. SHOTZI is fighting back and rocks Bayley with a knee strike in the corner. SHOTZI follows it up with a running kick in the corner. She goes for the cover but ESCOBAR puts Bayley's leg on the rope. Bayley uses the commotion to nail SHOTZI with a rose plant. 1, 2, 3. Bayley retains her spot at Money in the Bank. Bayley defeated SHOTZI. SHOTZI confronts Bayley and ESCOBAR in the back. She gets suplexed onto a table. Bayley then takes a pair of scissors and chops off some of SHOTZI's hair. Moving to the next segment. Logan Paul will be a guest on Grayson Waller Effect. Logan Paul isn't happy with the fans in London for booing him. Paul says his dream will continue till he puts the WWE Championship around his waist. He says if he wins he might not even cash in and just smack LA Knight with it. Speaking of LA Knight, his music hits and he's making his way down to the ring. A Knight says Logan Paul has been given every opportunity possible while he has been given the opposite. Knight says Logan Paul may have been successful in social media but he's stepping inside LA Knight's zone now. The fans in London are firmly behind LA Knight. Logan Paul tells the fans they're drunk and tells them to go home. SANTOS ESCOBAR is out next and he makes his way down to the ring. He's joined in the ring by Butch, who charges at Logan Paul and takes him out right away. ESCOBAR now goes after LA Knight as we cut to a commercial. Moving to the next segment. Butch vs. SANTOS ESCOBAR vs. LA Knight. LA Knight takes control of the match early. He plants Butch with a high-angle suplex and gets a nearfall. SANTOS ESCOBAR comes in and takes LA Knight out. He now hits a double knee strike in the corner. LA Knight takes control again after hitting SANTOS ESCOBAR with a slam. Logan Paul seems to be enjoying what he sees from the ringside. LA Knight confronts Logan Paul at ringside again. SANTOS ESCOBAR with a dive. LA Knight sidesteps and ESCOBAR takes out LA Knight. Butch now nails SANTOS ESCOBAR with the bitter end and picks up the win. Butch defeated SANTOS ESCOBAR and LA Knight. Logan Paul tries to climb the ladder after the match but Butch drags him down and clotheslines him out of the ring. Moving to the next segment. Asuka vs. Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. A strong start from Charlotte Flair but Asuka catches her with the double knee and rolls up the Queen. Kick out and it's followed by a big boot. Charlotte now goes for the cover, getting a 2 count. Charlotte Flair heads up to the top rope. She goes for a moonsault, but Asuka gets her knees up. ASUKA, a moments away from locking in an arm bar, goes for a cover instead. Near fall. Charlotte hits Asuka with a spear, forcing the champ to roll out to ringside. Charlotte now hits Asuka with a moonsault out to ringside. Bianca Belair, who is in the crowd, drags Bianca in front of her as Charlotte charges in with a big boot. Charlotte plants Asuka on the apron and Bianca Belair gets involved. She throws her right hand at Asuka. The referee calls for the DQ and Charlotte Flair isn't happy, and you can't blame her. Asuka wins via DQ. Bianca smashes Charlotte with a right hand. The Queen hits back with a right hand of her own. Charlotte charges at Bianca and crashes into the steel steps. Bianca follows it up with a KOD to Asuka on the announcer's table. She now hits Charlotte with a KOD onto the table. Moving to the next segment. The Bloodline is out next. Roman Reigns is set to address the Usos ahead of their match tomorrow night. Roman Reigns has the mic and he wants fans in the O2 Arena to acknowledge him. Roman says he's allowed the Usos to say, "We the ones," for a long time, while in reality he's the one. He says he's the only one who loves and cares about his cousins. He says he's lifted them to the promised land, but the fans aren't happy. Roman says he's ready to give the Usos a second chance like a good tribal chief. But for that he wants the Usos to come out, bow down and apologize before they can move on. The Usos' music hits and they are making their way down to the ring. Jimmy has a mic and he doesn't agree with Roman Reigns. He says they aren't trying to get back in the Bloodline. Jimmy Uso superkicks Roman Reigns and it's on. Jay pounds Roman in the middle of the ring as Jimmy and Solo brawl at ringside. The security is out. Roman uses the confusion to hit Jay with a Superman punch. Roman is going after security now. Jay Uso dives over the ropes and wipes out Roman and Solo.